In a world where cars are becoming increasingly complex, with turbochargers, hybrid systems, and endless electronics, there's still a select group of SUVs that refuse to quit. These aren't the flashy, over-engineered models that demand constant attention in the repair shop. Instead, they're the iron workhorses built with one purpose: to last. Year after year, these SUVs rack up hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal issues, often outliving multiple owners. Their reliability isn't just luck. It's the result of simple engineering, bulletproof drivetrains, and a reputation forged in harsh conditions around the globe. Whether it's a family hauler, a rugged off-road machine, or a trusty daily driver, these SUVs prove that not everything needs constant fixing. So, if you're looking for a vehicle that could realistically last a lifetime with just routine maintenance, these are the 8 SUVs that have earned their place in the Hall of Automotive Immortality. Number 8. Toyota Land Cruiser. The Toyota Land Cruiser has become a legend in the world of durability, and for good reason. It's the SUV that governments, explorers, and militaries across the globe rely on. When people talk about vehicles that last forever, the Land Cruiser is usually the first name that comes up, and it's not hard to see why. At its core, the Land Cruiser was designed with survival in mind. Toyota engineered it to thrive in the world's harshest conditions, from the deserts of the Middle East to the rocky terrains of Africa. Instead of chasing trends or shaving weight with fragile materials, Toyota built the Land Cruiser using overbuilt components and engines that can handle abuse. Its body-on-frame construction, massive axles, and time-tested V8 and inline-6 engines are designed to run indefinitely with basic oil changes and maintenance. In fact, stories of Land Cruisers crossing the 500,000-mile mark with no major rebuilds are so common that they're practically a part of its folklore. Another reason the Land Cruiser rarely needs repairs is its mechanical simplicity. Unlike modern SUVs overloaded with complicated turbos or high-strain transmissions, most Land Cruisers stick to naturally aspirated engines and proven automatic gearboxes. These components are less prone to failure, and when something does go wrong, the global parts availability ensures quick and easy fixes. This worldwide serviceability is why humanitarian groups and remote expeditions still choose the Land Cruiser. When you're days away from civilization, the last thing you want is an SUV that requires a laptop to diagnose. Owners also praise the Land Cruiser's unmatched reliability in everyday use. Families use it as a daily commuter, while off-roaders push it to its absolute limits. Yet both groups report minimal issues. Even in regions with poor fuel quality or extreme weather, the Land Cruiser just keeps running. Its cooling systems, suspension, and drivetrain are famously robust, engineered to withstand punishing environments where lesser vehicles would overheat or snap under pressure. Of course, durability doesn't mean it's completely free of costs. The Land Cruiser isn't cheap to buy, and its fuel economy is nothing to brag about. But that's the trade-off. You spend more upfront and at the pump, but you save in the long run by avoiding endless repair bills. A Land Cruiser might outlast 2 or 3 typical crossovers, making it one of the most economical SUVs if you think long-term. For decades, it has built a reputation that few vehicles can rival. It's not just an SUV, it's a global survival tool. Whether it's climbing mountains, crossing deserts, or hauling kids to school, The Land Cruiser proves that with the right engineering, an SUV truly can last forever without repairs. Number 7. Lexus GX. The Lexus GX might not have the global folklore of the Toyota Land Cruiser, but make no mistake, it's cut from the very same cloth. In fact, under its luxury badge and polished interior lies a rugged body-on-frame platform that shares much of its DNA with Toyota's legendary Prado line. That means this SUV combines the refinement of Lexus with the bulletproof reliability of Toyota engineering, making it one of the few luxury vehicles that genuinely last decades without breaking down. At the heart of the GX is Toyota's 4.6-liter V8 engine, a naturally aspirated powerhouse that doesn't rely on turbos, superchargers, or overly complex electronics. This simplicity is exactly why it lasts so long. The engine is known to cross 300,000 miles, with nothing more than routine oil changes, belt replacements, and basic upkeep. Its 6-speed automatic transmission is equally dependable, tuned for smoothness and durability rather than pushing the limits of performance. But the Lexus GX isn't just about the drivetrain, it's about toughness built into luxury. While most luxury SUVs are designed for paved roads and suburban life, the GX comes with features like full-time four-wheel drive, a solid rear axle, and a frame that's ready for punishment. It can crawl over rocks, wade through water, and tackle muddy trails just as easily as it can cruise through a wealthy neighborhood. The remarkable part? It does this without rattles, breakdowns, or unexpected repair bills. Owners who regularly take their GXs off-road report how astonishingly resilient the SUV is, often outlasting more hardcore off-road competitors. One of the biggest reasons the GX stays out of repair shops is its reputation for under-stressed engineering. Lexus and Toyota deliberately avoid pushing this SUV to extremes in horsepower or cutting-edge tech. Instead, they opt for proven systems that have been tested for decades. That means no fancy turbo failure, no air suspensions collapsing after a few years, and no high-maintenance hybrid systems that rack up bills. What you get is an SUV that, while not the fastest or most efficient, continues running flawlessly year after year. The luxury aspect also plays a role. Lexus builds interiors with high-quality materials designed to withstand long-term use. The leather doesn't tear easily, buttons don't wear out, and electronics are minimal enough to avoid constant malfunctions. In short, the GX ages gracefully both mechanically and cosmetically, which is why resale values remain incredibly high compared to many rivals. Of course, owning a GX does come with costs. It's thirsty at the pump, and being a luxury SUV, parts can be pricier than your average crossover. But here's the trade-off. While other luxury SUVs will nickel and dime their owners with endless electronic glitches, transmission failures, or suspension repairs, the GX keeps going strong. Over the years, those avoided repairs can easily outweigh the extra gas money. In the end, the Lexus GX is the hidden gem of long-lasting SUVs. It offers the durability of a Land Cruiser with a quieter cabin and refined ride, making it perfect for drivers who want something that feels premium but can still last a lifetime. Number 6. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot might not carry the rugged off-road reputation of Toyota's Land Cruiser or Lexus GX, but when it comes to lasting forever without repairs, this family-friendly SUV deserves every bit of recognition. Unlike many mid-size crossovers that crumble after a decade of use, the Pilot has proven itself as a long-haul champion. routinely hitting 200,000 to 300,000 miles with little more than basic maintenance. What makes the Pilot so durable is Honda's commitment to straightforward engineering. At its core is the legendary 3.5-liter V6 engine, a naturally aspirated motor that prioritizes balance over extremes. It doesn't chase horsepower records, nor does it rely on fragile turbos or experimental tech. Instead, it focuses on steady power delivery and smooth reliability. Paired with Honda's refined transmissions, many of which have been tested and updated over the years, the Pilot has one of the most proven drivetrains in its segment. But it's not just about the engine. The Pilot's overall design is aimed at families who need a vehicle that works every single day, without fail. From the school run to long road trips, the Pilot was built to take constant use without breaking down. The suspension system, while tuned for comfort, is surprisingly robust, handling potholes and uneven roads with ease. Its chassis construction is also rock solid, resisting the squeaks and rattles that plague other SUVs once the odometer climbs past 6 digits. One major advantage the Pilot has over many rivals is its sensible balance between simplicity and practicality. Unlike some family SUVs loaded with delicate air suspensions, overly complex electronics, or high-maintenance hybrid systems, the Pilot sticks to tried-and-true setups. That means fewer components to fail, fewer surprise repair bills, and far less time spent in the shop. Honda also designs its vehicles with long service intervals in mind. Many owners report only needing routine oil, fluid, and brake service for hundreds of thousands of miles. Owners also rave about the Pilot's resilience in real-world conditions. Whether it's dealing with harsh winters, hot summers, or high-mileage commutes, the SUV holds up with minimal fuss. The interior is another strong point. Honda uses durable plastics, fabrics, and electronics that withstand years of kids, pets, and heavy use. Even after a decade, many Pilots still look and feel solid, which is why resale values remain strong. Of course, the Pilot isn't without its criticisms. Some drivers find it less exciting compared to sportier SUVs, and its fuel economy is average at best. But here's the thing. When your vehicle is still running strong after 250,000 miles, without major issues, excitement and fuel efficiency suddenly seem less important. The Pilot's greatest strength is that it's reliable to the point of being boring. And for families, boring often means peace of mind. When stacked against competitors in the mid-size SUV space, the Honda Pilot consistently comes out on top in long-term dependability. It doesn't just survive, it thrives year after year without nagging repairs. For anyone who wants an SUV that can quietly serve a family for decades, the Pilot is one of the smartest choices on the road. Number 5. Toyota 4Runner. Few SUVs have a reputation as bulletproof as the Toyota 4Runner. In fact, if you ask mechanics which vehicle they'd trust to run reliably past 300,000 miles, the 4Runner almost always makes the list. Unlike many mid-size SUVs that evolved into soft, car-like crossovers, the 4Runner has stayed true to its roots as a rugged, body-on-frame machine. That old-school formula is precisely why it lasts so long without requiring constant repairs. The backbone of the 4Runner's longevity is Toyota's 4.0-liter V6 engine. It's a naturally aspirated workhorse that delivers steady, dependable power without the headaches of turbos or complicated hybrid systems. Known for its smooth performance and ability to endure heavy use, This engine has been a staple in Toyota's lineup for years. Paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission that favors durability over sophistication, the drivetrain is as close to unbreakable as you'll find in a modern SUV. Beyond the powertrain, the 4Runner is overbuilt in almost every aspect. The body-on-frame construction makes it incredibly resilient to off-road punishment and heavy loads. This design also gives it an advantage when it comes to repairs. Components like the suspension and frame can handle years of abuse without developing chronic issues. Off-roaders and adventurers flock to the 4Runner for this very reason. It's one of the few vehicles you can confidently take deep into the wilderness, knowing it won't leave you stranded. Reliability isn't just about the mechanicals, though. Toyota also keeps the 4Runner relatively simple in terms of technology. While it does come with modern conveniences, it avoids overly complex features that tend to fail in other SUVs. No fragile air suspension, no finicky dual-clutch transmissions, no over-engineered turbo systems. This less is more philosophy is a big part of why the 4Runner lasts decades with nothing more than oil, brake, and fluid changes. Owners consistently report that their 4Runners feel solid even after years of ownership. Unlike some SUVs that develop creaks, electrical gremlins, or costly transmission issues past 100,000 miles, the 4Runner just keeps going. Many owners push past 250,000 miles without major repairs, and examples with 400,000 miles are not unheard of. For buyers looking at the used market, this makes the 4Runner one of the safest bets for a high-mileage purchase. The trade-offs? It's not the most fuel-efficient SUV on the market, and its ride can feel truck-like compared to softer crossovers. But ask any long-term owner if they'd trade fuel economy for reliability, and most will laugh. The 4Runner isn't about fancy gadgets or luxury refinement. It's about having a vehicle that you can count on year after year, no matter where the road takes you. In short, the Toyota 4Runner is a living testament to the idea that simple, tough, and proven engineering outlasts trend-driven complexity. It may not be flashy, but if you're looking for an SUV that truly lasts forever without repairs, the 4Runner belongs at the very top of your list. Number 4. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V has quietly built a reputation as one of the most reliable compact SUVs ever made. It may not have the brute strength of a Land Cruiser or the off-road toughness of a 4Runner, but what it does deliver is unwavering dependability. For millions of families worldwide, the CR-V has proven itself as a vehicle that starts every morning, runs for decades, and requires little more than routine maintenance to stay on the road. One of the biggest reasons the CR-V lasts so long is Honda's engineering philosophy of balance and simplicity. The engines, primarily Honda's 2.4-liter and later 1.5-liter turbocharged units, are designed with efficiency and longevity in mind. The naturally aspirated versions in particular are known to cross 250,000 miles without a major rebuild, provided owners keep up with oil changes and basic service. Even the turbocharged models, while slightly more complex, have been engineered conservatively compared to the high-strain systems found in competitors. The CR-V's transmissions also play a big role in its reputation for durability. Early models used tried-and-true automatics that are nearly bulletproof, while newer generations employ continuously variable transmissions, CVTs. While CVTs in some brands can be trouble-prone, Honda's implementation has been notably more reliable. Designed for smoothness and long life, rather than aggressive performance. Another factor behind the CR-V's longevity is its focus on practicality rather than excess. This SUV was never loaded with gimmicky tech or overcomplicated features that tend to break over time. Instead, Honda kept the CR-V straightforward. Comfortable seating, excellent visibility, simple controls, and just enough technology to stay modern. That means fewer things to fail, fewer electrical gremlins, and fewer expensive repairs down the line. Owners also consistently praise how well the CR-V holds up under real-world use. Families often drive them hard: grocery runs, carpools, road trips, and daily commutes. And yet the SUV rarely complains. Its suspension is tuned for comfort, but is also durable enough to survive years of potholes and uneven roads. The interior materials, while not flashy, are chosen for durability, meaning they age gracefully even after years of heavy family use. Maintenance costs are another key advantage. Compared to many rivals, the CR-V is inexpensive to maintain, and parts are widely available. Even when something does need attention, repairs are usually straightforward and affordable. This makes the CR-V particularly appealing for budget-conscious buyers who want an SUV that won't drain their wallet over time. The trade-off? The CR-V isn't the most powerful SUV on the road, and it's not meant for serious off-road adventures. But for the vast majority of drivers, those who just need a dependable, efficient, and comfortable vehicle, it's hard to beat. That's why so many CR-Vs stay in families for decades, often being passed down from parents to children. At the end of the day, the CR-V's magic lies in its simplicity. It doesn't try to be everything at once, it just does its job exceptionally well. That focus is why it's one of the few compact SUVs that truly earns the reputation of lasting forever without repairs. Number 3. Toyota Highlander. The Toyota Highlander has long been a favorite among families, and its reputation for durability is one of the biggest reasons why. While many mid-size crossovers lose their charm after a decade, the Highlander quietly soldiers on, proving itself as one of the most dependable family SUVs in the world. Owners who put well over 200,000 miles on their Highlanders often report minimal repairs, just regular maintenance and the occasional wear and tear part replacement. The backbone of the Highlander's reliability is Toyota's naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 engine. This engine is a masterpiece of balance, delivering strong performance without relying on turbos or fragile high-compression setups. Its durability is well documented, with countless examples running past 300,000 miles without needing a major rebuild. Paired with Toyota's smooth and proven automatic transmissions, the Highlander's drivetrain is about as bulletproof as it gets for a family SUV. Unlike many competitors that overcomplicate things with fragile air suspensions, delicate dual-clutch gearboxes, or overworked turbo systems, the Highlander keeps it simple. Toyota engineers prioritize proven technology and stress-tested parts, which dramatically reduces the chance of costly breakdowns. That's why even high-mileage Highlanders still feel dependable. There's less that can go wrong in the first place. Another reason the Highlander is so long-lasting is its overall build quality. Toyota designed it with families in mind, meaning it had to withstand constant use, school runs, vacations, carpools, and everything in between. The suspension is durable enough to handle years of city streets and highway driving, while the chassis feels solid even after years of wear. Many SUVs develop rattles, squeaks, and interior issues after 100,000 miles, but Highlanders often stay surprisingly quiet and composed. Inside, Toyota chose materials that can withstand the abuse of kids, pets, and long commutes. While it may not be the flashiest interior in the segment, it ages gracefully. Electronics, too, are straightforward. Honda and Toyota both excel at designing infotainment and control systems that work reliably for years, avoiding the glitchy headaches that plague many European SUVs. Perhaps the Highlander's biggest advantage is its versatility. It's not just a daily commuter, it's a family hauler, a long-distance road tripper, and even a light-duty adventure vehicle. Its all-wheel drive system is capable enough to handle snow and rough roads, but it doesn't add unnecessary complexity that could compromise long-term reliability. This balance is why so many families keep their Highlanders for well over a decade. It simply does everything you ask without constant complaints. The downsides? It's not the most exciting SUV to drive, and its towing capability is limited compared to body-on-frame rivals. But those who buy a Highlander usually aren't looking for thrills. They're looking for a dependable vehicle that will never let them down. In the end, the Toyota Highlander exemplifies what makes Toyota vehicles legendary: simplicity, strength, and longevity. It may not grab headlines or turn heads, but when your Highlander is still running strong after 15 years with barely any repairs, you'll be glad you chose substance over flash. Number 2. Subaru Outback. The Subaru Outback isn't just a crossover. It's a cultural icon for people who want a vehicle that's as dependable in the city as it is in the mountains. Over the years, the Outback has built an almost cult-like following, and much of that loyalty comes from its reputation for long-term reliability. For drivers who rack up big mileage in tough conditions, the Outback has proven it can last for decades without needing major repairs. At the heart of the Outback's endurance is Subaru's famous Boxer engine. By design, its horizontally opposed cylinders create a lower center of gravity and smooth power delivery, while also being known for their toughness. Subaru has refined these engines over decades, and when properly maintained, they routinely exceed 200,000 miles. Many owners have proudly driven their Outbacks beyond 300,000 miles, reporting little more than routine maintenance. The Outback also benefits from Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which is one of the most reliable AWD setups in the industry. Unlike competitors that bolt on AWD systems as an afterthought, Subaru builds its vehicles with all-wheel drive at the core. This not only provides better handling and traction, but also means fewer mechanical weak points that can lead to costly failures. One of the Outback's biggest strengths is how it's engineered for real-world use. Subaru designs it for people who encounter snow, rain, dirt roads, and even light off-road trails daily. That means rugged suspensions, durable drivetrains, and practical features that withstand the test of time. It's not unusual to see decades-old Outbacks still confidently hauling kayaks, bikes, or camping gear to outdoor adventures without breaking down. Another factor behind its longevity is Subaru's no-nonsense approach to features. While newer Outbacks come with modern conveniences, they avoid the kind of overly complicated luxury gadgets that tend to fail in other SUVs. Subaru owners often joke that their Outbacks are boringly reliable, and that's exactly what makes them last so long. The fewer unnecessary systems, the fewer chances something will go wrong. Owners also rave about the Outback's resilience in harsh climates. From the snowy winters of New England To the rugged back roads of the Pacific Northwest, the Outback continues to perform reliably in places where lesser vehicles would quickly wear out. Its interior, while simple, is built with practicality in mind, meaning it withstands years of daily use without falling apart. The downsides? The Outback isn't a powerhouse. It's not built for heavy towing or extreme off-roading, and some enthusiasts criticize its engines for being modest on performance. But those critiques miss the point. The Outback isn't about thrills, it's about longevity. And in that department, it delivers better than almost any crossover in its class. In short, the Subaru Outback has earned its place among SUVs that last forever. With rugged engineering, dependable AWD, and a loyal owner base that swears by it, the Outback proves that practicality and reliability will always outshine flashiness in the long run. Number 1. Toyota RAV4. When it comes to SUVs that last forever without repairs, the Toyota RAV4 sits at the very top of the list. It's not the flashiest, biggest, or most powerful SUV on the road, but that's exactly why it's so successful. Toyota designed the RAV4 with one mission: to be the ultimate no-fuss, long-lasting compact SUV. And over the past few decades, it has delivered on that promise better than almost any other vehicle. The RAV4's success begins with Toyota's famously reliable four-cylinder engines. These engines aren't built to wow you with horsepower figures or cutting-edge tech. They're built to run efficiently and reliably for hundreds of thousands of miles. Many owners have reported their RAV4s passing 250,000 or even 300,000 miles without needing major repairs. With regular oil changes, fluid flushes, and timing belt replacements, the RAV4 simply keeps going. The transmission is another cornerstone of the RAV4's durability. Toyota has always favored tried-and-true automatics or carefully tuned CVTs, which are designed for smooth, steady operation instead of aggressive performance. These transmissions may not make headlines for speed, but they last for decades with minimal issues, keeping repair costs low and reliability high. But what truly sets the RAV4 apart is its overall simplicity. Toyota avoided overloading it with fragile technology or untested systems. While some competitors tried to wow buyers with complex electronics, turbocharged engines, or luxury features that often fail over time, the RAV4 stuck to practical, dependable basics. That's why owners consistently report trouble-free driving for years on end. The RAV4 also benefits from Toyota's reputation for durability in every detail. From the suspension to the interior plastics, everything is designed to withstand long-term use. Families, commuters, and even rideshare drivers who rack up hundreds of miles a day rely on the RAV4 because they know it won't break down under pressure. Even after years of constant use, the SUV tends to remain free of squeaks, rattles, and major failures. Resale value is another clear indicator of the RAV4's staying power. Used RAV4s command some of the highest prices in their class because buyers trust them to keep running. It's not unusual for a 10-year-old RAV4 with high mileage to still fetch strong prices simply because the reputation for dependability is that solid. Of course, the RAV4 isn't perfect. It's not the most thrilling SUV to drive, and it doesn't have the towing or off-road capability of bigger vehicles like the 4Runner or Land Cruiser. But those who choose the RAV4 usually aren't looking for thrills. They're looking for reliability, and that's where it shines brighter than the rest. In the end, the Toyota RAV4 represents the essence of what makes an SUV last forever. Simple, proven engineering, a focus on practicality, and Toyota's relentless commitment to quality. It may not turn heads, but when you're still driving your RAV4 trouble-free 15 years from now, you'll know you made the right choice. At the end of the day, what truly makes an SUV last forever isn't flashy features or cutting-edge tech. It's solid engineering, simplicity, and dependability. From Toyota's legendary toughness to Honda's family-friendly durability and Subaru's rugged practicality, these SUVs prove that reliability never goes out of style. While newer models may boast more gadgets or speed, these 8 stand tall as the vehicles you can count on year after year. If you want an SUV that can outlast trends, outlast competitors, and maybe even outlast you, these are the ones to trust.